Resist being an ostrich and soar like an eagle. Good morning. I am glad to have you with me here at Dreammakers. I am Toy Truss, and I help women who are frustrated and unhappy with their lives realize and achieve their dreams. Fear is the biggest killer of dreams. It is fear that keeps you in situations and circumstances that you know you don't want to be in, and it keeps you from moving forward to things and places you desire to be. Fear is sneaky and subtle. Sometimes you are not aware that fear has taken over and is controlling your life. But I encourage you not to be afraid of fear and instead learn how to recognize it and deal with it head on. Resist being an ostrich and burying your head in the sand. Instead, soar like an eagle, reaching heights you only imagine in your dreams. So how do you resist the ostrich effect? Start with knowing the 9 fears that keep you from achieving your dreams and purpose in life. With that said, here's a great and helpful post I found. So instead of reinventing the wheel, I'll share it with you today. 9 fears that keep us from achieving our dreams and purpose in life. If you look into your own heart and you find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear? What is fear and where does it originate? We are afraid of so many things, and because of that, so many of us, instead of moving forward in life, stagnate or move backwards. This is not how life should be lived, in fear and stress. I know there are many fears that we all might experience, less or more, and from all of these fears, I have chosen to focus on the ones I found to be the most present in people's lives. The first fear, fear of letting go. We fear letting go of familiar places. We fear letting go of relationships that no longer serve us. We fear letting go of who we once were, of our past, and we cling to all of these things, thoughts, beliefs, and ideas without realizing that the past is gone forever and all that we will ever have is this very present moment. If we choose to constantly think about what once was, we miss out on what is happening in our lives in this very moment. We miss out on life. We need to learn how to let go of the things that no longer serve us and allow ourselves to be free of fear and free of stress. Your past history and all of your hurts are no longer here in your physical reality. Don't allow them to be here in your mind, muddying your present moments. Your life is like a play and with several acts. Some of the characters who enter have short roles to play, others much longer. But all are necessary, otherwise they wouldn't be in the play. Embrace them all and move on to the next act. Wayne Dyer. The second fear is fear of change. If we manage to let go, what will happen then? This is a question that haunts so many of us, and fear of change scares us so badly. Where will we go? What will we do? Are we going to be safe? What will happen to us? We have this incredibly powerful fear of change and fear of the unknown that paralyzes so many of us, not understanding that if we keep on doing the things that we've always done, and if we keep on living in the familiar without leaving our comfort zone, we will always end up in the same situations. There will be no movement, no growth. Trust yourself, learn to listen to your heart and intuition, and know that the life you want wants you. The third fear is the fear of failure. And if we embrace change, what if we will meet with failure and defeat? Who will we be then? And what will our lives look like? This fear of failure keeps so many of us from moving forward in life, from going out there and trying new things. A lot of times, even though we are not happy with where we are and what we do, we would rather stay in our comfort zone than do something different, something new, just because we have this fear of failure hunting us. Not seeing that the only real failure in life is the failure to try. The fourth fear is fear of being different. You want to be normal, right? You want to be like everybody else. Why be different? This is not a healthy approach to life, I would say. Constantly trying to please everybody around you and forgetting about the person who matters the most, and that is you, will bring so much unhappiness upon us. You don't want to be like everybody else. You want to be you, true to yourself. And if that implies you being different than those around you, so be it. Keep in mind that those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Dr. Seuss. The fifth fear, fear of unleashing our hidden potential. Whether you believe it or not, this fear actually keeps us even farther away from making our dreams come true, from going out there and sharing with the world our amazing gifts and talents. This is because, whether we consciously realize it or not, the exposure and the responsibilities that will come once we unleash our potential scares us. We want to move forward, at least consciously we think we do, but deep down in our subconscious mind, we keep the foot on the brakes. We are trying to move forward, but with the brakes on. You have no idea how much power the subconscious mind has, and how even though we say we want something, we get stuck because of what is hidden in our subconscious mind. The sixth fear is fear of not being able to live up to other people's expectations, especially when you are constantly seeking approval from those around you in order to feel good about yourself, to feel that you are worthy, to feel validated. Whenever this fear knocks on your door, keep this in mind. You are always valuable, worthwhile human being. Not because anybody says so, not because you're successful, not because you make a lot of money, but because you decide to believe it, and for no other reason. Wayne Dyer. The seventh fear is the fear of being lonely. Nobody wants to be lonely, especially when you can't stand the person you are alone with. And you and I know that there are plenty of us in this situation. We come to this world alone, and we will depart alone. If you get to this point where you have accepted yourself completely, where you have learned to love and nurture the person you are deep down inside, you will never feel lonely again, because you will now enjoy your company so much, and believe me, others will too. The eighth fear is fear of losing a loved one. It's hard to lose somebody you love, and I don't know how many people can actually deal with the thought of losing a dear one without feeling sad and blue. It's a normal fear, I will have to say. But if we start appreciating these people more, expressing our gratitude for their presence in our lives while they are still here, when the time comes for them to leave this world, it will be a lot easier for us, and we will not have to suffer that much. Instead of using your time to worry and fear about it, you can use that time to show them how much you love them and to confess to them this love. It will do you and them so much good. The ninth fear is fear of dying. Oh my, this is another one, a very powerful and delicate one, I will have to say. We fear death, for we have no idea what will happen after, and if you think about it, it's a lot like the fear of the unknown. The fear of death is not unjustified of all fears, for there's no risk of accident for someone who's dead, Albert Einstein said. It doesn't really matter what religion we belong to, whether we have one or not, and what our thoughts and beliefs regarding death are, for this does not keep us away from having this fear of dying. When the time will come, we will all have to leave this beautiful earth, but until that day, let's just enjoy our time here. Don't you think it is a better idea than spending your time worrying about it? The safest course is to do nothing against one's conscience. With this secret, we can enjoy life and have no fear from death. Voltaire. These are the 9 fears that keep us from achieving our dreams and purpose in life, written by Luminita Saviuc at www.purposefairy.com. Going forward, I encourage you to recognize and face your fears. In doing so, you can resist the ostrich effect and soar like an eagle. By the way, ostriches do not bury their heads in the sand. If a predator threatens its nest, an ostrich will flop to the ground and remain still, laying its head against the sand to try to blend in with it. Only its body is visible, so from a distance, it looks like the ostrich has buried its head in the sand. So although they do not bury their heads in the sand, they are responding to a threat or fear. And although it may work for them, burying your head in the sand will not work for you. So hold your head up high and take flight. This is Toy with Dream Makers, helping you realize and achieve your dreams from dream to reality. Thanks for joining me. Have a good weekend and see you on Monday. And remember, the feeling of fear is natural. However, resist the urge to let it overtake you. Keep your head up, meet it head on, and fly.